Nation, welcome to Manly Monday Live. Oh man, another Monday is here, and I'm excited to be here with you guys. I love Monday night. I hope you love Monday night, and we are excited here on Manly Monday Live tonight as we dig into 10 small changes that will help improve your life drastically. Now, guys, you know I'm into actionable items, so that is what we were focused on tonight. Let me ask you, do you want to move the needle in a big way? No frills, no gimmicks, and you don't have to buy anything. I'm not even going to sell you anything tonight. What if I told you that it's a lot easier to get major results than most people think? In fact, it's so simple that most people neglect doing it because they've been sold on things being pricey or overcomplicated to be successful. On tonight's show, I want to share with you 10 small changes that will improve your life drastically, and is so straightforward that you can apply all 10 of these things starting tomorrow. And if you're catching this on the replay, you might be able to try starting them all today, depending on what time of day it is when you're watching this. That's right, instant application. Depending on what time of your day, you could do it now. I've read a ton of books, guys, listened to a ton of podcasts, watched a ton of YouTube interviews, watched a ton of YouTube videos, interviewed experts, and taken classes. And I share with people all the time how to make forward progress in their life, but everybody wants to overcomplicate it. What really matters are the things that move the needle. You can get lost in all the advice out there, but in my personal journey of personal development, self-improvement, and personal growth, these 10 things are things that really, really move the needle. Now, jump in the conversation and tell us what you've experienced that moves the needle efficiently for you, because there are a lot of things out there, but I promise the last one on tonight's list, guys, it's going to throw you for a loop. You won't even see it coming, so let's get into it. Hey, and guys, I see people already jumping in the comments. Twisted Designers in the house. What up, brother? Sorry, I missed talking to you the other day. Totally was bummed about that one. I see Sarah's in. Sarah's not even engineering tonight, but Sarah's still here. So I'm glad you're here tonight. And I know there are other people watching. I found out that we have some problems on YouTube where I have a couple of my viewers who can't ever comment, and I don't know why. And I'm so sorry, guys. I love that you're here. I know that you're here. But guys, if you're joining us tonight, jump in the conversation in the chat. Let us know you're here and be a part of the conversation, because it makes a much better show when you guys jump in and are actually just part of the conversation, because it's more entertaining. You guys benefit incredibly with each other. In fact, sometimes I just like to watch. I'll actually get lost trying to do the show because I'm enjoying reading the conversations that are going on in the chat. And if you're watching this on the replay, jump into the comments. I read all of them. I reply to all of them, and I will reply. Take part in the show. It makes for a better show, and Fallible Nation is just stronger when we all work together. I see Shirley jumping in. Shirley, great to have you tonight. Good to see you on. And guys, if you're not familiar with the show, in the information box under the video you're watching right now, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, there is a link. And if you have a question and aren't sure you're going to be able to stay the whole time, you can put your question in there. To that way, it makes I can't talk tonight. We'll see how well this goes. You can put your question in there if you're not sure you're going to be able to stick around the whole time, to make sure it gets answered and come back to it later when you get a chance to finish the video. Or you can choose to come on air live during our Q&A portion of the show as well. And that lets me send you a link. So there's that option. Otherwise, in the comment section, be sure and put a QQ in the comment section in front of your question if you have a question, and we will take care of it during the Q&A time. I promise. I actually like the Q&A time better than I like my own show, because I just like answering your guys' questions much more than bringing up stuff myself. But I'm running out of breath today. I don't know what it is. We'll see how well I do tonight. Without Sarah here to engineer for me, I'm kind of a bum. We'll see if this works. Guys, let's get into it. I don't want to waste your time. Number one is choose gratitude. Now, this seems particularly, wrong one. See, Sarah's not here to do this. I'm going to have those all night, guys. So, choose gratitude. Now, this makes sense. It is the Monday before Thanksgiving. If you're catching this on the replay and didn't see the date, today is the Monday before Thanksgiving in the United States. I don't know if other places have different Thanksgivings or if they haven't had a Thanksgiving, but in the United States, it's the Monday before Thanksgiving. So gratitude makes sense, right? That I would talk about gratitude. Well, guys, if we really want to move the needle, this is where we need to start. Gratitude is a choice that has to be made. It's not an natural state, actually. Uh, Contrary, there are different philosophers and psychiatrists who will fight that one back and forth, but gratitude is not a natural state. As we are born, we are actually very selfish creatures, and we learn to express gratitude and to use gratitude. So choose gratitude. And I'm not going to deep dive on gratitude just tonight because, guys, I just wrapped up recording this week's show, and we are deep diving hard on gratitude on the podcast on Wednesday, audio and video. So dig into that if you want to do a deep dive on gratitude. I always focus my Thanksgiving show on gratitude, and this year I'm putting a different spin on it than usual. So deep dive there on Thursday, so we won't spend a lot of time there. Number 2, guys, drink enough water. Now, Brent, how does drinking enough? Well, your whole body works on water. It's that simple. I thought this would be complicated, but this is so simple and straightforward. Experts agree you should be drinking at least half your body weight in ounces of water, even if you live a sedentary lifestyle. If you're more active, even more than that. Every part of your body is reliant on water. The majority of people are in a state of dehydration over 80% of the time. Your joints, your cognitive ability, your muscles, your digestion, your sleep, even your vision are counting on you drinking enough water. And one of the things I remember them telling us distinctly in the military was, if you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated. You're an adult. I know water is not always fun. I know it's yucky. Now you can get snooty water, right? You can get all kinds of fancy flavored water and bubbly water. And have you seen what's the new one I saw? It's Death something, Liquid Death. It's pretty good canned water, but Liquid Death is out there now. You can get your water any way you want, but you're an adult, okay? Cowboy up, drink the water you need to be drinking to make your body function at its optimal level. I promise being hydrated is a huge, huge win if you're trying to be a better person or grow in yourself. That hydration gives you the ability to do a lot of things you couldn't do otherwise. Liquid Death. Yeah. Okay. Sarah's got my back there. There it is. Liquid Death. Now, guys, if you're joining us, be sure to jump in the chat. Let us know you're here. Let us talk to you and be a part of the conversation. That's how Fallible Nation works. And we love the fact that you're here tonight. Number 3, regulating your sleeping patterns. I actually just had a big discussion on this the other day with somebody. Regulating your sleeping patterns is actually incredibly underrated and underutilized as a piece of the equation for your health and wellness. I just did a whole show on it with the founder and CEO of GhostBed. Go listen and watch it. We're not deep diving on it here because I literally did a show with a sleep expert last week. I mean, we deep dove into the science of sleep and how it affects your body. Regulating your sleeping patterns is so important. I try and go to bed within the same 30-minute increment every day, and I get up at the same 30-minute increment every day. Weekends don't matter. I get up and I go to bed, try at the same times, because regulating that sleep, getting yourself onto a regular sleeping pattern is huge for your overall health. And while we're talking about sleep, hey, we got to pay the bills. So we're going to jump to our sponsors over at ghostbed.com as soon as I can't find it. What happened? Oh no, my ad went away. There it is. Here we go. How well do you sleep at night? Do you toss and turn and wake up more tired than when you went to bed? Sleep is commonly one of the critical elements people fall short on in their life. The quality of sleep you get directly affects your ability to control your weight, your ability to add muscle, your stress levels, and your everyday job and life performance. If you're ready to move to the next level, then sleep has to be part of the plan. Check out our friends at ghostbed.com if you're ready to get your best sleep. I love my ghost bed. I've been sleeping on one for a couple years and has made a huge difference in how I sleep. Hit ghostbed.com and use the code TheFallibleMan30 to get 30% off your order and start getting better night's sleep tomorrow. Now, let's go on to the show. Wow, I feel so official when I see a video of myself. Not really. Thanks for putting up with it, guys. We gotta pay the bills around here. Do check out our friends. I actually do. Sarah and I sleep on a ghost bed, and we love our bed. It is the best mattress we've ever had. We sleep so much better with it. Our kids love to come and get in bed with us, partially because they like to cuddle and partially because they just like to get on my bed because I have a nicer bed than they do. Uh, Sarah's seconding that in the comments. Like I said, she's not engineering tonight, but she's still with us, and she's seconding that. Ghost beds are awesome. And no, baby, I don't know the iced tea counts. I made the argument the iced tea counts as hydration, but there are those who would disagree with me. I am not an expert on those things, but being hydrated is a game changer. Guys, number 4, reading 5 to 10 pages every single day. This is a huge, huge game changer you can implement right now in your life. You can start tonight. It doesn't matter where you are. Reading is one of the most powerful gifts in life. Reading makes you powerful beyond your wildest dreams. The right books can teach you things education never will, and faster than a formal education. 5 pages a day puts you at around 8 books a year, give or take a few give or take half a book. Anyone can read 5 pages a day. Like anybody can read 5 pages a day. Choose wisely what you read, and you can change your entire world in a relatively short time frame. Reading also increases your ability to think and comprehend. Quite literally, the more you read, the smarter you get. And it can be like, you can read fictions or mystery. You don't have to read business. And your brain still actually grows because of the act of reading. I cannot tell you enough. Read, 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 which rolls right into number 5. And that's write. Yep. Now, this kills me because, right, we're taking penmanship and stuff out of schools. Penmanship actually helps your brain develop and grow in ways that nothing else does. But guys, it goes farther than that. You can actually do this on the computer. So if you're like me and, you're more likely to type than to write, you can do that. But it's much more effective to do it by hand. Now, you can journal, you can write a letter, you can write a review, you can write a paper. You can go be one of those annoying Yelp people. You can write a blog, or you can just write down all the things you're grateful for today. Much like reading, channeling your thoughts into a cohesive paragraph on paper for 5 minutes a day helps increase your thinking skills. And it's a skill to take what's in your head and put it on paper in a logical, cohesive way. Just writing out all your plans for tomorrow will help. Your brain was designed to think. Storage is a secondary function. It does have a max capacity on storage. So as you learn more stuff, your brain actually has to let some old stuff go. So organize your thoughts, write stuff down, and it frees up your head to think and be more creative and really just let yourself go to that next level. Sarah's asking if list count. See, this is what happens when my wife gets in the comment section behind me instead of the engineering. She does all the talking. No, just kidding, baby. I just got to tease her because she gets to chat more when she's not engineering. I don't know. Yeah, list counts. Writing things down, handwriting things down actually helps develop your brain. It helps unload your brain and give it the freedom to work on other things as well. Now, guys, what is your number 1 mover? I asked at the beginning of the show. I'd love to know because this is a community. So what is your number 1 needle mover in your life? What have you found that really helps move that needle of progress forward and helps you grow and improve on a daily basis? Tell us in the comments. If you guys are watching this on the replay, join in, play our little game. Tell us in the comments. If you're in the chat section, let us know, share with the community. This really, really helps if we all come together on these things. So what is your number 1 needle mover? I'm looking forward to reading some of those answers. Now, next thing, guys, number 6 is 10 minutes of quiet time. To all my fellow parents out there, I know exactly what I am asking. I know exactly how hard this is. And you know what? To all of you who aren't parents, I know a lot of you, this is a whole lot to ask as well. I'm not just singling out the parents here. I will tell you, the more children you have, the harder this becomes. But 10 minutes of quiet time. Now, you can meditate, you can sit in silence, you can pray, you can journal, or whatever you want to do. But 10 minutes of quiet stillness will do wonders for your mental and emotional state. We live in a super busy, loud world where everything's fighting for your attention. We've talked about it a lot. It may take some conditioning. The silence may be a little much for some to start with. In fact, right, we know for a fact that solitary confinement is considered a major, major penalty. Well, some people just aren't comfortable sitting in silence. Guys tend to be more comfortable with that to start with. We can just turn off our brains, but you may have to work into that. So journal. You know what? You can knock out writing and sitting in silence at the same time. Great way to do that. Write down 3 things every day that you are grateful for at the end of your day, right? We'll kill 3 birds with 1 stone right there, right? Practice your gratitude, 10 minutes of quiet, some writing, knock it out of the park, 3 and 1. I told you, you can implement this tomorrow effectively, guys. I'm not giving you super hard things to practice. I'm not giving you super complicated things that are going to take long periods of time to work in your life. These are things that you can activate in your life tomorrow to start moving forward in a positive direction. I see Dave's jumping in. What's up, Dave? Hey, man, are you home? Are you still abroad? Dave just racked up his 3rd trifecta, Common Man OCR. Great job, brother. Congratulations on that. And it's his 3rd trifecta of 2022. That's huge. I see Andrew's jumping in. Dave's on the road. Be careful typing. Andrew's jumping in. Quiet doesn't always mean silence. A noise machine app works. It's about steady time for your senses to relax. That is accurate, Andrew. Sometimes that white noise is actually beneficial for you to tune other things out. I know that for me, sometimes I need that. I need something to tune out the rest of the world. Like when I'm working, I have to put headphones on and turn on music, because otherwise I hear everything else going around in my house and I get distracted. Silent time or quiet time is the same way. I've got to have something to tune out the world for me. So I absolutely agree. Sometimes quiet and silence are not the same thing. Quiet time is different. So great, fair point. Voice typing. All right, Dave. Well, be careful voice typing. All right. Wow. The world we live in now, right? We can do these incredible things. Only in modern times can we voice type and attend a show while we're driving. Number 7, guys, digital sunrises and digital sunsets. Now, I talked about this a while back. I've been playing with this ever since I first covered the idea back when we did a show on the podcast about morning routines. And I've discovered I love this. This is such a needle mover for me since I have actually started employing this on a regular basis. I do my best to start my day like this every day, if at all possible. I knock out anything I can without turning on a screen. Not because I'm saying the screen is bad, but right, digital sunrise, digital sunset. Sometimes I can't avoid turning on that screen. And so I'll sit down on like a document I'm working on where I can focus on that document and not open my email or a browser or anything like that, right? Because that's what we're trying to avoid. I knock out anything I can without turning on the screen first. I work out, shower, breakfast, anything I can to postpone letting the outside world to influence my day. The longer I go, the less impact outside influences have on my overall day. When I do turn on my computer, like I said, I try and do some things without hitting those outside influences like social media, email, news, like the news cycle, anything like that. So I'll try and dig into like a Word document. I'll write a show or write some proposals or something like that. I try and avoid that outside interference because for me, that's part of that digital sunrise. It's not just turning on my screen, it's letting the outside world interact and influence my life and start to impact my day. So when you do have it and you finally have to break that, you finally have to break that. But if you can postpone it a little while, start your day on a positive foot, right? Get established, get your day going, and fall into that mindset of, hey, today's a good day and a positive day before you let any of that outside influence in. It does amazing. I've fallen in love with it, guys. I absolutely have fallen in love with it. It has been a huge, huge improvement in my life. I'm still working on the digital sunset because I watch a show or two of my daughters before they go to bed every night. But we're trying to shift that to where we don't watch shows quite as late, but read some more books or play some games or something like that. We're trying to change the habit. It is a little more difficult when you're changing that habit for multiple people, not just yourself. And so, guys, I can't recommend that enough. And that is something that you can do starting tomorrow, right? If you're watching this live, you're on at 6:20 Pacific time, it's 9:20 East Coast time. If you're watching this live, you can implement this tomorrow morning. It's not complicated. Don't pick up your phone and start reading your emails, your social media, or the news first thing. Give yourself time to start your day without interference from the outside world. And it is amazing what a difference that makes in your outlook on the day. Now, guys, I want to share with you, if you don't know it's coming up somehow, although I think everybody here probably knows, we're going to do it anyways. We're going to talk about the Phoenix Conference is coming February 10th and 11th here in Quincy, Washington. And guess what? We are both live and virtual. So if you don't live in the Central Washington region and you want to join us, you can check out the virtual event. We're also doing a simulcast event at the same time for large groups that might be interested, whether it's a company or a church that want to partake in the virtual event, but they want to have their own little event as they go. That is a possibility, guys. We are excited. I've got some great speakers lined up with you. I have interviewed all the people you are seeing on the screen right now. And you may not have heard all the interviews yet because some of them are going into the next season, but guys, it's going to be great. We are focusing on helping you and equipping you as you seek your purpose, because you will live your best life when you start to actually seek your purpose. Everything starts to align. I truly believe it, or I wouldn't do an entire weekend about it. I'm just that committed to the idea. So if you want to check that out, it's www.thefallibleman.com/thephoenix to get your tickets. Tickets are available now, online available, blah, 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 blah. Okay, back to the show. I did that, right? Number 8, guys, is less screen time. Now, I rant about screen time all the time. In fact, y'all are probably tired of hearing me talk about screen time. This is something I've been whittling down for years. Okay, this is actually probably the early steps of this transition journey for me to grow as a person. The Fallible Man wouldn't exist if I hadn't started right here at less screen time. I was horrified when I started tallying the numbers between online gaming, movies, all the shows I kept up with, because I was keeping up with like 12 different shows. Like, I had no time to do anything other than go to work and watch TV. In fact, it would be fair to say that this opened the door to where I am entirely, right? This was the beginning of my journey as I started cutting out that screen time. It's amazing what you have time to do if you don't give all your time to screens. That may be your phone, that may be your computer, that might be your television, but that might be a tablet. Let's see how many I can name off there, right? That might be your video game console, whatever. It's amazing how much time you have if you're not invested in that screen time all the time, guys. It is a drain on your life, whether you know it or not. Now, I'm not saying all TV is bad, okay? I still have shows I like to watch. I just don't watch near as many of them. I don't watch them near as often. I'll take an afternoon and spree a couple episodes of a show every once in a great while. But there are shows that have been out for a year now that I still haven't seen that I want to watch. I just haven't gotten around to watching them because it's just not that important to me anymore. In fact, I thought it was going to be really hard. And I started cutting out stuff. And I started realizing I wasn't missing it as bad as I thought I would. There are so many other things to do. I'm constantly reading books. My wife just convinced me to buy the first non-business book I've bought in probably 2 or 3 years. I love to read, but I either read books for upcoming interviews or business books most of the time. And I haven't actually just read a fictional, fun, read it for the fun of it book in a long time. My wife finally convinced me to buy one the other day for fear that I'll burn out on just enjoying reading. So I'm really excited about starting that book. And I'd rather do that than watch a show. I really would, because that world is just more vivid to me. So see about cutting back your screen time. I'm not saying give up Netflix. I am saying meter how much of your life you're giving to those screens, because it's amazing what you can get in your life when you're not sucked into the television all the time. Now, guys, be sure and put any questions in the comment section with the QQ. Sarah's not here to help me, so I will look and do my best to make sure I don't miss any of those. Number 9 is a long list tonight. Sorry. 3 10-minute walks. Now, I know that this can be complicated, right? For me, stopping multiple times a day is actually much harder than scheduling one block. 3 10-minute walks is actually more optimal. But if you can't get that in because it stops your day too many times, I do understand that. Do 30 minutes of movement, preferably some kind of exercise, but 30 minutes of just actual movement. Get moving, go for a walk. If it's a scheduling issue, I get it, because I struggle with that too. I'd rather do the 3 10-minute walks. There are a lot of days, if I get 30 minutes, I'm good, because I just can't stop that many times in my day. But try and get in any of these 30 minutes of movement. Being physical is incredibly important for your health. A lot of people who do 3 10-minute walks will do it right after they eat, because most people eat 3 meals. Well, I can't say most people. Funny people eat, or normal people, I don't know, eat 3 meals. Some of us just kind of eat when we can eat, but 3 10-minute walks right after you eat your meal, you're already stopped what you're doing. So if you do 3 meals, that's great. Walk out 5 minutes, walk back. Yay. It will help your digestion. You'll actually sleep better. You'll digest better. It's a win-win. But guys, get some movement in your day. Here comes the hard one, because we are heading into it. 5 minutes of sunlight. Guys, I don't know where all you live, but guess what? 5 minutes of sunlight right now where I live stinks. I think it hit a high of like 28 today. It's cold, man. It is really cold. And the thing about sunlight is it works better when you have more skin exposed. Now, this is getting hard during this part of the year. Like I said, it's winter, it's cold. And I know it certainly slowed me down getting outside and getting that sunlight, because I'm not walking outside in a tank top near as often as I do during the warm part of the year. Sun exposure releases chemicals in your body that make you happier, that make you more content, that make you healthier. In the winter months, you can actually get sunlight bulbs. It's not quite as good as the real thing, but it does actually work. And if you have a more melancholy kind of personality, or struggle with any kind of depression, I highly, highly suggest investing in some UV bulbs. You can order them online if you're having a difficult time finding them, but guys, they are absolutely valuable. I had some friends who lived up in Alaska for several years, and I know they were a benefit there with the limited daylight. So get some sunlight. It is great for your body. Andrew says, my positive be a better person thing is to watch Restore Faith in Humanity YouTube. Purely positive input that makes a big difference in my mindset. You know what? That's awesome, Andrew. That's an awesome choice. Choosing to do something that helps you maintain your faith in people, because I know some days that's hard. That's absolutely difficult some days. I understand that struggle. I mean, look what I do, and I still struggle with my faith in humanity every now and then. So yeah, watching stuff that just encourages you to have a positive outlook is a great option and a great choice. Now, I promised you 10, guys, but I always try and deliver a little more. So we'll throw through Yep. Sarah's not here and my brain's not working. I'm blaming on you, honey. Just so you know. No, just kidding. Guys, I promised you 10, but I'm going to give you more than that, because I love to go over to deliver, and I think you guys are worth the effort. Number 11 is hanging. Told you these were going to surprise you a little bit. Hanging. Yes, I'm actually talking about going outside. Once again, this is problematic because we are in the winter. So please don't freeze your hands to any bars. Just saying. I bet most of you haven't done this probably since you were a kid. I'm not asking you to do pull-ups. Okay? They're not fully extended, hanging. Arms straight out, locked out, hands slightly wider than shoulder width. Guys, it actually does incredible things for your body. It helps fix your posture to counteract all the time that we spend sitting, leaning forward, looking at screens, driving, right? We're in this forward posture all the time, whether we're driving or watching stuff or working on a computer. This helps fix your posture. It helps elongate and decompress your spine. It strengthens your grip, and grip strength has actually been directly connected to your overall health. People with better grip strength are actually generally healthier. It helps strengthen and heal any shoulder injuries. If you're like me and you've racked up some shoulder injuries over the year, which is really not uncommon for a lot of guys, a lot of us wrestled, played football, sports like that. It's really easy. I mean, my dad jacked up his shoulders so bad that by the time he was 50, he was struggling to move them. It helps heal and strengthen your shoulders, tendons, the ligaments, the bones, everything. And it stretches out the muscles in your upper body area and the abdominal area. It's some of those really hard to stretch muscles. Hanging from a bar, just full hang, is stupidly beneficial. And it's so simple. Shirley says, my positive is seeking ways to serve others. Family first, and reaching out to more people. I'm a huge fan of focusing on other people. In fact, we're going to talk about it in the Thanksgiving podcast because I believe that that is a huge thing if you're fostering gratitude and a positive outlook in your life. Serving others is a great positive to build yourself. Number 12, connect with one person daily. Like actually connect with one. This is hard for me. I got to admit, I struggle with this sometimes just because I don't get that face-to-face time with people very often outside of my immediate family. But connect with one person face-to-face daily, if at all possible. And there are going to be days where that may just be a phone call. I understand that that might be a really big stretch, but actually getting face-to-face, eye-to-eye with someone helps you keep a healthier perspective in life. Life is about people, plain and simple. People can argue all they want and be stupid about it, but life is about people, whether you want to admit it or not. If it's not about people, then everything else you're doing is pointless, right? You can be Elon Musk rich without people. Your life is pointless. What are you going to do with all the money? Yeah, you're going to have some fun, but it doesn't mean anything. Life is about people. Sarah and I took our girls to a traveling dinosaur exhibit this weekend called Jurassic Quest. My daughters are into dinosaurs right now, right? They're in that age period where everything is about dinosaurs. We love dinosaurs. And it was a phenomenal day, guys. I only looked at my phone long enough to take pictures of my daughters. And I took a lot of pictures of my daughters. Took a lot of selfie family shots. And it was a magical day. I didn't look at my email. I didn't look at social media. I didn't post social. I just pulled out my phone long enough to take pictures of my daughters and had an amazing day with my daughters. We went to the bookstore from there. Guys, that time, that's what life is about. Your family, your friends, the people you love, the people around you. That's what life is about. So connect with one person meaningfully every day. That may be via FaceTime or on the phone or face-to-face preferably, but guys, connect with people. Number 13 is a kick in the butt. And this is the last one. Choose not to be offended. You want to drastically improve your life. Choose not to be offended. Like being offended is a choice. Anybody can say something horrible to me, but me being offended, that's my choice to be offended. I don't care if what they said is offensive. Me being offended and getting bent out of shape about it, that's my choice. That's my decision. Choose not to be offended. Choose to just let it go. Seriously, everyone's offended by everything these days. You can't even tell jokes anymore. Just stop. Stop letting other things decide how you feel. Stop letting people control you. Sure, there are stupid things and there are nasty people and bad things in life, but stop taking things personally and just choose to shrug it off. It does nothing positive for you to take offense and get bent out of shape, but it does have negative repercussions and consequences for you if you act out because of it. It negatively affects your health. It negatively affects your emotional and mental state. And then you take it out on the people around you that you care about. Stop. Just choose not to be offended. If you want to make your life drastically better, stop being offended by stupid stuff. Everybody is offended by everything and it's ridiculous. And I'm done with it. We're so past it, guys. It doesn't do anything for you. If you didn't catch all those, be sure and go back through the list. I do have 2 questions tonight, so we'll roll into some Q&A. So guys, if you have some questions, queue them up in the list. I'd love to answer them. And let's get into some Q&A time, shall we? All right, guys. First question is, how does one maintain focus in studying or learning while having a full-time job? I'm trying to learn for a new career on my own, self-study. How do you stay focused on learning and growing? And this is a common, like, this is a big question for a lot of people. This is a question that I had to struggle with as I was trying to change directions of where I was going. And so I saw this question, was like, yeah, I know this battle. I know this one well. And the answer is you have to dig deep into your why. You have to find a why that is so meaningful to you that it gives you a good enough reason, a good enough place to come from, that it helps you control your self-discipline and you exercise self-discipline. That you get that opportunity to spree Netflix and you're like, my why is more important, so I'm going to choose this. That you get that opportunity to go hang out with your buddies after work and you're like, my why is more important than this. You have to find that the reason that you want to grow, the reason you want to progress in your career, is deep enough and real enough to you that it outweighs the temptation to step out otherwise. And it's really easy to do. I started on the path of trying to grow and move up in my job years ago. And I got derailed like really badly for about 3 years. Like, I had no intention of being at my last job as long as I was there. I got distracted. I got lazy. My why wasn't solid enough. It was all about money. And I got derailed for like 3 years. Let me just be honest about that. So to get through that point, you have to dig really deep and find that true why. Making more money wasn't enough. That wasn't a good enough reason. Providing a better life for my family because I love them and I want to do things with them and be able to do things with them was a stronger why. Just making more money so I can buy new crap or so I can buy them more stuff was not enough. It was, I wanted more time with my family. I wanted more control over my schedule. So I had that time with them. So the why became about spending quality time and having quality experiences as they were growing up, not about just buying more stuff. So that's really, really critical that you get that why down and dig deep. Sarah says, I think examining the priorities of your schedule is crucial to growing and learning whilst fulfilling your responsibilities. You absolutely have to prioritize. I agree 100%. It's hard to, and that's when your why comes in even stronger, because when you're starting to prune things out of your life as you prioritize, that why's got to be strong enough to handle that emotional recoil. Because we're emotionally attached to our TV. We're emotionally attached to our phone. We're emotionally attached to the endorphins and the dopamine fix of going and yay, these instant rewards. And so that why has to be incredibly strong as you're prioritizing things, as you're making decisions about where you want to go. Your why has to be strong enough to drive you. Second question we got is, what do men need to hear to get them inspired to be better men? Wow, that's like my obsession. So I don't know that I have the best answers for this, guys. It's a turning point. You have to decide it. That's the thing is I can tell people all day, and I do, right? That's part of what we do here at the Fallible Man, right? We're trying to encourage men to be better. We're trying to inspire men and motivate men to make that choice. But when it comes down to it, you have to find a meaningful reason internally to want to be better men. You have to find something that moves you at an emotional and mental level to want that for yourself. Just like I can't want my daughters to win a gold medal in basketball at the Olympics enough for them to go do it. I can't want that job for you enough for you to go get it. Right? You have to have a, for lack of a better term, come to Jesus moment with yourself where you go, I need this. I know for some men that happens, if they get that kick at fatherhood, that seems to be a big kickoff for a lot of men. I know men that getting married, that seems to be a really big kickoff where they're like, oh, I need to get my ass in gear and figure this out. For some people, it's when they have other responsibilities, right? They move into a point in their life where they're responsible for other people, or they move into a point in their life where I don't want to play a game anymore because life is catching up, right? And we have that moment of, oh, look, I'm not 20 anymore and I'm 30 pounds heavier and I'm not where I want to be. Guys, I hit 40 and had that moment. It's like, oh, I'm 30 pounds, 40 pounds overweight and I'm not where I want to be. And yeah, I'm not achieving what I want to achieve. You got to have that moment for yourself because no one can make a man want to be better. A man has to decide that's what he wants in his life and proactively make that choice. So guys, thank you for hanging out tonight. I'm not seeing any more questions. I'm trying to watch here. I don't have that many eyes on things. I don't see anything in our forums and I don't see anything in the comment section. Guys, as always, I'm grateful for your time. Thank you for listening to this crazy guy rant. If this video helped you, share it with your friends. If you saw something or heard something that just ticked that box for you guys, share it with people. Let them know. Maybe you know somebody who needs exactly to hear this that is not hard to start to be better. If you're looking to take yourself to that next level and just need a little help, I offer coaching services. You can hit my website and there's a free call to talk to me and see if we be a good match. And you can check out my coaching services there and you can work one-on-one with me as well. Guys, be better tomorrow because of what you do today. And we'll see you on the next one.